Let's look at how to convert between degrees and radians. For degrees, there's 360 degrees in a full rotation. But how many radians are there? Well, if I think about my circle, and I think about what this looks like in terms of my angle, the arc intercepted is actually the entire outside. It's the entire circumference, which is 2 pi r, and radians are determined by the intercepted arc divided by the radius. So for radians, there's 2 pi in a full rotation. So 360 degrees should be equal to 2 pi radians. Dividing both sides by 2 gives me that 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. And this right here is what we're going to be using to convert between the two. If we know the angle in degrees, we can multiply by pi over 180 degrees to get the angle in radians. And if we have the angle in radians, we can multiply by 180 degrees over pi to get the angle in degrees. Let's convert 45 degrees to radians. I essentially want the unit of degrees to cancel, so I'm going to put it on the bottom, put radians on the top so that my degrees cancel appropriately. And we would have 45 pi over 180, or pi over 4. If we want to convert 120 degrees, we would once again multiply by pi over 180 degrees so that my degrees units will cancel. And I have 120 pi over 180, which is 2 pi over 3. For negative 90 degrees, I would once again multiply by pi over 180 degrees so that my degrees unit would cancel. I have 90 pi over 180, which is negative pi over 2. If I have an angle like pi over 6 radians that I want to convert to degrees, I'm going to multiply by 180 degrees over pi radians so that my radians unit will cancel. I end up with 180 pi over 6 pi degrees, and then simplifying this, we get 30 degrees. For negative 3 pi over 4, I want to multiply by pi radians on the bottom, 180 degrees at the top so that my radians unit cancels. On the top, I'm left with negative 540 pi. On the bottom, 4 pi degrees. And then we can simplify to get negative 135 degrees. Finally, if I want to convert 1 radian, I'll do 180 degrees on the top, pi radians on the bottom so that my radians unit cancels. And I'm left with 180 over pi degrees, which is approximately 57.3 degrees.